Wheeler Dealers has now been running for 15 years. It's a long time ago, 2003. A secret to its success has to be that we've kept the integrity of the show exactly the same. The DNA has never changed from that very first show. The show is quite simple. I buy a car as the dealer. I go and make sure it's the right car and show you how to buy that car. I then hand it over to my mechanic. My mechanic then shows you how to fix it up. We then test drive the car at the end to make sure we're happy before I sell it on. And over those 15 years, we've stuck true to that format and we've never waned from it. But the real secret to success of Wheeler Dealers is to make the show accessible for the home mechanic and for the home viewer. And we never venture outside of that. We're always telling the audience, this is how you can do it, and this is how you can tackle these problems yourself at home. We've decided to really stretch the boundary of what's available out there in terms of the vehicles. Wheeler Dealers isn't a show that's made for a specific market. It's not made for the UK, it's not made for America, it's not made for Japan or Germany or France. Although it plays in every country, we make it for a global audience. So as such, I need to look at a global range of cars. And this time more than ever, I've really pushed that as far as I can. And I've worked tirelessly at finding the right mix of cars to put in this series. We've got cars like the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, which was a complete surprise to me. It's the first luxury SUV off-roader. I thought that was a Range Rover until I drove a Jeep Grand Wagoneer. It was 8 years before. Porsche 924, so it's a Wheeler Dealer revisit. We do a Datsun 510, which is so hot in the world of cars at the moment, a real hot property car from the Far East. And we do an amazing car that crosses all of the boundaries because it's a car that's designed and built in Germany but sold in America, and that's the Opel GT. So the eclectic mix of cars this season is phenomenal. So I work with this mechanic called Ant Anstead. He's new to the series. Well, this is his second season now, so I'd say he's an old hand at it. Plus, Ant had been a huge fan of Wheeler Dealers for many years. So when he came into work, he already had a really good set of tools, if you pardon the pun, in place to step into the role as the mechanic. And he knew exactly what to do. What's great about working with him is his enthusiasm for every job that I give him. When you hand your car to the mechanic, it could have huge problems. It could have holes in the bodywork, an engine that's leaking oil, ripped seats, no carpets, knackered wheels. That's what a car could look like. But when I hand those cars over to Ant, he claps his hands, rubs them and goes, oh, this is fantastic. I'm going to get to do the wheels, do the bonnet. I can repair that rust, I can repair it. And he's got this amazing enthusiasm for everything that I throw at him. People often ask me what car do I drive and what's my dream classic. I drive a old 1982 Porsche 911 SC. So that's my daily car, that's my my run-around car. I absolutely love it. It's an amazing thing to drive. The one that I found, it must feel what it must have felt like in 1982, walking into a Porsche showroom with your buttons opened up to your chest and your coffee lid medallion. It must feel what that must have felt like, because this car is just phenomenal to drive. It puts such a huge smile on my face every time I'm behind the wheel. But if I was to be given the chance to do any car, to have any car, mine would be on the cheaper end or the budget end of the range. Mine would be a 1964 Mini Cooper S. Same car that Paddy Hopkirk drove in the Monte Carlo Rally. That is my utopian car, that. But then at the other end of the spectrum, and unfortunately it's a car I don't think I'm ever going to get to, would be a 1929 Bentley 4.5 litre blower. This is a car that took on racetracks around the world. It's a great Grand Tourer. It's a GT car. It's open cockpit, and it's everything that British engineering was and is, and what is great at. It's a over-engineered, beautiful 4.5 litre Bentley with a supercharger stuck on the front of it that screams and howls when it goes down the road, and you're sitting in that sumptuous leather seat holding onto this huge steering wheel, pulling bugs out your teeth. Feeling that you're one of Barbara Cartland's Bentley boys. An amazing, amazing experience.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, thanks very much, Mike, and good luck with the future of Wheeler Dealers.
Well, thank you very much. May it continue for many more years. Don't forget, it's on Monday nights, 9 o'clock on Discovery UK.